Hello, and this is Talk for Glory, episode 225. Pretty sure that's the heavyweight division number in New Japan, probably. Doesn't matter, because this isn't about New Japan. This is even about WWE. We are 24 hours into Monday Night Raw, so you guys already know we aren't in Europe, the UK, we aren't in any of those places, so Monday Night Raw is at 8. We are. Whoops. That was yesterday. I'm all over the place. Because we are 48 hours removed off of a dynasty. Not just any kind of dynasty, an all elite dynasty. We are 24 removes off of AEW Dynasty. And damn, I had fun. I gave you guys gameplay. I gave you guys predictions. I gave you guys entrance videos. Now, the only right thing to do is to give you guys a review. And what is a review? What is wrestling? What is a podcast without Talk for Glory? But before any of that, introductions are the must. I'm Nick V4. This is episode 225, here to give you AEW Dynasty review. To start us off, we have the ROH World Title match, Chris Jericho versus Bandito. So let me just talk to you about my favorite parts. My favorite part in this match was getting up, going to the concession stands, seeing some friends, because I love that we all had the same idea. Myself and my friend, we're on the line. I see some great wrestling content creators. They have the same idea. We're all getting food, we're all chit-chatting, we're all shooting the shits. And we just hear the match going on. We're like, the bell hasn't rung yet. Like, the match isn't over yet. Basically, to tell you guys the truth, I didn't watch this match. I went to go get food. I went to go talk to friends. I couldn't give a fuck about this match. I saw maybe like the last 4 minutes of this. All I know is Chris Jericho is no longer ROH champion. Thank God. Congratulations to Bandito. This was a match I didn't see, nor did I care for. So again, congrats to Bandito. Now let's talk about matches I cared about. It is the Owen Hart Foundation 2025 tournament quarterfinals match. It is one half of arguably one of the greatest tag teams to never go to WWE. It is Mark Briscoe versus the Proto Star, Kyle Fletcher, with the winner being Kyle Fletcher. So, damn it, car passing by, guys. Yep, screw it. It's whatever at this point. I don't even care. But, damn, that is annoying. Can't even get my fucking thoughts straight. Okay, that's a lot less distracting. But let me get back to this match. Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher. These two put on a really fun match. I remember talking to my friend last year. Not last year. I remember talking to my friend as we sat next to each other. And I told him, hey, remember last year? Because we did go to Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. It's crazy how around this time last year, both these guys were in Ring of Honor. Mark Briscoe winning the ROH World title and Kyle Fletcher defending his ROH TV title. And now they're here in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And I don't think I am tired of these two. So if you want to give me these two for, let's say, I don't know, the TNT Championship, let's get that ball rolling. Because Mark Briscoe is such an amazing talent. I'm so happy that he's found his way as a single star. And Kyle Fletcher, whether you like him, whether you hate him, whether you think he's a future world champion, whether you think he's a rising star in the mid-card, this guy is pretty great. And when it comes to just these two clashing, I don't know what else to say other than don't get comfortable just seeing it one time or two times. Because honestly, I can see this a couple times throughout the year, maybe 2, 3 times per year. But Kyle Fletcher gets the W here. And God, this kid's going to go far. Next, we got in the women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament, it is the legit boss, the standard bearer, the blueprint, whatever, the CEO, Sasha Banks, and Mercedes Moné, whatever you guys want to call her. She's got 4 belts versus the leader of the Hounds of Hell, the princess of the throne, the princess of the house, whatever you guys want to call her. That Hart always wins, guys. It is Julia Hart, but unfortunately in this match, the Hart doesn't win. But I'll tell you what does happen in this match. So many people were behind Julia Hart. From the entrance to the small movements to the very end in the submission. So many people were right behind Julia Hart. That I'm not saying people weren't behind Sasha Banks, but I also love the fact that people walked away from this match, Julia Hart fans, and just a little bit doubt saying, maybe Julia should have beaten her. I like matches like that. But I have an agenda I need to see full. I have a match I need to see. Now, sadly, it won't be in the finals. It'll be, I think, probably the quarterfinals. Not quarterfinals, the semifinals. And that is the boss, the CEO, whatever, versus the minion overlord, the fallen goddess, the American Joshi, the forever Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. Screw that. The forever Ring of Honor World Champion, Athena. And I have that agenda to push. And I need that match. I really do. But to get that match, Mercedes has to beat Julia, which she did. Now, next is I forgot who the hell does. Oh, Athena faces Harley Cameron. So I'm not gonna say it's an easy W, but we're getting Athena versus Mercedes slowly but surely. Personally, what I wanted was Mercedes on the left, Athena on the right. The finals happens. I don't know how we'll get it. Maybe it's a double count out. Maybe it's a no contest. I was hoping that we would get Athena versus Mercedes versus timeless Toni Storm. Triple threat, all in, winner take all. But who knows? Maybe we'll get that some way, somehow. But I've been on this match for long. So let me just say congratulations to Mercedes and Julia Hart. If not today, if not tomorrow, if not next week, next year, you certainly are the future. Next, let's move us into our other Owen Hart match. It is the Commonwealth Kingpin, the Aerial Assassin, the Billy Goat, 5-star Billy. He is one of Top for Glory's many superstars of the year. It is Will by God Ospreay versus the Jet Setter. This man's going to take off. I'm sure, as I've told many of you, there's a business card waiting for him. It is Kevin Knight. This match, as the opener, was awesome. I loved the fact that right before the show kicks off, the crowd just magically just starts chanting for Ospreay, and Justin Roberts is just like, keep going, and I think his match is first. And right when we stop, Intro to Elevate starts. Dun 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 dun. Just love that. And over the last 2 weeks, there were a lot of who, when it came to the Jet, when it came to Kevin Knight. And I think after his debut match against Jay White, then him tagging with Will Ospreay, and now after his match against Dynasty, I think not only are people going to stop asking who, they're going to start asking for more of Kevin Knight. So I think AEW is the place where dreams happen. So what's a dream match you guys want to see featuring Kevin Knight? Me personally, I want to see Kevin Knight and Shelton Benjamin team up. That's what I want to see. But this match was fucking heat. For someone that is, I guess, supposed to be a junior heavyweight, Kevin Knight was on that heavyweight action 1 minute, and then he was moving like a junior heavyweight. This dude could not be touched. This guy could fly. Like, there were times where I was thinking to myself, my God, I need Will Ospreay to at least drop like 20 pounds because he might have to start moving like a junior again. But Kevin Knight versus Will Ospreay is a match that I was looking forward to, that my friend was looking forward to. And after I've talked to many people about wanting Kevin Knight in the Hurt Syndicate, a lot of people are also looking forward to Kevin Knight. And if it's not a surprise to you guys now, Best of Super Juniors predictions are coming somewhere this month because the best of the Super Juniors starts May 10th. And Kevin Knight is in there. So he'll kick ass his first month in AEW, then he'll go back to Japan, and who knows, maybe Kevin Knight comes back with some junior gold. So in this match, there's not much for me to say other than just you need to watch this match. Because if you look at Kevin Knight and you're still not satisfied, then it's just a you problem. Because watching Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight go at it, I just thought to myself, I really didn't know this was a match I needed. And I'm glad we got it. First round of the Owen, okay with it. Personally, I was looking forward to Will Ospreay versus Jay White, but that's somewhere down the line. That's somewhere down the line for a title. So we will get Commonwealth Kingpin versus King Switch, Assassin versus Switchblade. We will get these matches somewhere down the line. But for now, congratulations, and moving forward, moving on, is Will by God Ospreay. Next is for the AEW Tag Team Championships. It is, and yes, they do hurt people. It is the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, with MVP ringside, probably got commentary, versus Big Bill and Brian Keith, the Learning Tree. The Learning Tree, with the winners being the Hurt Syndicate in dominant fashion. So when Big Bill first came in the ring, I thought, okay, this is a decently even playing field. But then, Brian Keith got tagged in. And I looked at my friend, and he said it was a mismatch. I said it was free eats. The Hurt Syndicate just demolished Brian Keith. And I knew that Big Bill even thought to himself, oh my God, I gotta get back in this goddamn match. They're beating his ass. He gets back in the match. Then he starts tearing house. But it's not just Shelton Benjamin that hurts people. It's also Bobby Lashley. And can anyone tell me so far, have the Hurt Syndicate lost a step in AEW? Do they not look dominant? Because I'm still wondering to myself, how do you stop Bobby Lashley? Because one, how do you stop Shelton Benjamin? This man's already built better than half the AEW roster. But I'll admit, the Hurt Syndicate got a little bit help. It wasn't asked. It wasn't warranted. Got a little help from the devil, MJF. But back to business. Brian Keith was left alone with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. And then he remembered what the crowd was already chanting at the beginning. They hurt people. And not only do they hurt people, they retain their championships, therefore being the winners of the tag team match. Now what's next? Is there anyone that you guys want the Hurt Syndicate to feud with? Honestly, I need a 3-person group to go head to head with the Hurt Syndicate. I need someone to go on the mic with MVP, and then a established dominant tag team to go after the Hurt Syndicate. Maybe it's wild of me to ask, but I was actually under the impression that maybe, just maybe, why not have Brian Cage and Lance Archer challenge for the AEW tag titles, and you can do Don Callis and MVP? Because I don't really see the Hurt Syndicate as heels. I just see them as tweeners. But that's a different talk for a different day. Because now we're going to move down to the next match, that being for the AEW TNT Championship. No time limit. It is defending champion Daniel Garcia versus another Talk for Glory Superstar of the Year in Adam Cole, baby. With the winner being Adam Cole. So as much as myself and Smoove, we loved talking about Adam Cole in the early times of Talk for Glory, it's funny that we never, ever got to see him live, even when he was in NXT. So, getting to see him live, doing the whole Adam Cole baby. Smoove wasn't there, but that was fun. And the only thing I wish of this match was that Adam Cole was a heel. Because in this match, both guys were faces. And I'm not saying all face versus face matches are bad, because we had Kevin Knight versus Will Ospreay, and both of those guys were faces. But it just feels as though Adam Cole is just a natural born heel. You know, the Panama City Playboy. He's Adam Cole, baby. This match was fine. I was sure that someone was turning heel in this. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Daddy Magic was gonna come down, or Cool Hand. I keep forgetting what the fuck. I keep thinking his name's fucking Cool Hand or Nice Hair, but for some reason I just thought someone's turning heel here. You know, there's gonna be a ref bump, and Cole's probably gonna do a low blow, something. But no, this is your average face versus face match. I'm not mad about it. It was fine. Congratulations, Adam Cole, on your first championship in AEW. So now TNT, get ready for that channel, that show, to be the show of Adam Cole. Next is for the AEW Trios Championships. It is Claudio, Pac, Wheeler Yuta, defending champions. I don't know when the last time they defended before this, versus Rated FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Hardwood, and the Rated R Superstar Edge, with the winners being the Death Riders. So I can't tell you much about this match because it never got me truly invested. I was just on edge waiting for Dax to just turn heel. I was like, he's going to turn heel. He's going to turn heel. He's going to turn heel. But what got a laugh out of me, also my friend that was sitting next to me, he was really into the match. He's now a Death Riders fan. But what really got a laugh out of me was Wheeler Yuta getting the pin, and then Pac like shooting straight to the top rope and just like shaking in pure happiness. Like, yeah! Like that. I just started dying. And I was like, dude, you are over here thinking like Pac won like the main event of All In and WrestleMania and Wrestle Kingdom and Final Battle and all these big shows all at the same time, the way he's celebrating. But match was cool. Again, my anticipation for a heel turn was what kind of soured the match for me. But that heel turn, though, I think FTR needed this heel turn more than anyone. Just because, as faces, there wasn't really much for them to do. But realizing, hey, we could be tag team champions or we could be helping Edge right now. And they realized helping Edge is, stopping us from doing what we're supposed to do, which is go win tag team titles. So what did they do? Dax pile drives Edge. Cash Wheeler fakes out Edge, and then they do a shadow machine. And then there's 2 concertos. I mean, guys, stop. He's already dead. Please stop. And then Cash Wheeler, like, grabbing the neck brace, being like, oh, my neck. Laughing. This was a funny match. What was supposed to be, like, an emotionally investful match, I was laughing way too many times here. I know I was saying, like, oh, I want the Death Riders to, like, drop the trios titles or something, but Pac celebrating the way he did made it worth it. I'm glad they won. And then I'm glad the Revival, or FTR, turned on Edge. Now he can go do something. But one of my friends in the many Discords I'm in, he made a very good point that Cash Wheeler was mad at Edge because after all the help, after hitting Mox with a spiked bat, and he still couldn't win, I'd be mad too. So you guys let me know, are FTR justified in how they feel? Now let's go to arguably the best match. It is for the AEW International Championship. It's a 3-way. It is Ricochet versus Speedball Mike Bailey versus the god of professional wrestling, Kenny by God Omega. This match had no reason to go this hard for a mid-card title. And yet, they put on a fucking classic. I don't know why. I don't know how. But this is probably Ricochet's best match. This is a great introduction to Speedball Mike Bailey for me, because if you guys know anything about Talk for World, we don't know much about TNA today. If you talk to us about TNA 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to probably 15, we could have a fun conversation. But Speedball Mike Bailey came to TNA during a time where me or Smoove weren't watching. The only thing I knew about him was that he was in Best Super Juniors and that he had a match with Will Ospreay. So, great introduction. I'm a fan. My friend's a fan. I can't wait to see more Speedball. And Kenny Omega is showing many people why he is arguably one of the best wrestlers of today. Now, does that mean he's in contention for Superstar of the Year? Well, we're only in April, guys, so you might want to check back with us in June. I cannot tell you the amount of times I jumped up and went, oh! And so did my friend. Every time Speedball did something, Ricochet did something, Kenny Omega did something. Also, this was the first time I saw Kenny Omega live wrestling. And just hearing the crowd do the Rise of the Terminator, doing the... Just hearing that, awesome. Amazing. Pretty sure my friends that were seated elsewhere were having the time of their lives. I had probably the best time watching that match because it really felt like it was anyone's game, even Ricochet. But in the end, from the middle rope, Kenny Omega delivered a one-wing angel to Ricochet. Unfortunately, Mike Bailey couldn't, break up the pin in time. I'm glad that Kenny retains, because then we hear the coin drop. You guys probably have heard this entrance theme song on Top for Glory more times than many people, that being the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. And we're we're really getting close to it. Let's be real, guys. For the international, for the continental, we may be getting Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada at All In. And when that match happens, don't be surprised if it's a 5-star. But that's the future. This is the now. And right now, the retaining and still international champion, Kenny Omega. Now let's hit the co-main event. And this was either going to co-main event or that triple threat was. But guys, it is the Megasis. It is Megan Bayne versus Timeless Toni Storm in what felt like a Rocky movie. I didn't know that they made a women's Rocky movie, and I was there live. But this match was awesome. This match was fucking awesome. It over-delivered my expectations. I am now a bigger Megan Bayne fan than when she was in Stardom. And I've seen Megan Bayne, I want to say now, in Stardom, in House of Glory, and AEW live. So I've seen her live in 3 places, and she still presents this aura, this energy, this presence of dominance that no matter who she steps in the ring with, she is still the girl on top. And if not this year, I promise you, Megan Bayne will be AEW Women's Champion. But for right now, the TV is black and white. Every match is, what do you people call it? Cinema. Every match is cinema. And the times, they are timeless. Because Toni Storm came into this. She came to Mount Olympus, slayed what I like to call a goddess waiting on her throne. And now the only question is, what is Toni Storm going to do by All In? I know the next show is Double or Nothing. I'm probably overshooting. Maybe I see the vision. Maybe my vision's a little blurry. But my God, my favorite spot in this match has to be the Storm Zero after 3 hip attacks, kick out at 1. The whole crowd erupted. Because 3 hip attacks, 1 Storm Zero, and what seals the deal for the largest woman in the match is a small package. Poetry, if you will. Not even cinema, just straight poetry. But the reign of Timeless continues. Now we're about to hit our main event, guys. So thank you guys that'll be listening to this. I know it's the middle of the day. Albert, thank you for showing up. I see that you left some comments. If you're still here, feel free to comment what was your favorite match. Athena's road to 1,000 continues. Do you guys think, actually, I really want to know, do you guys think Athena will hit 1,000 days as Ring of Honor Women's Champion? Or do you think before that day happens, she could possibly lose the championship to Mercedes Moné, and if not her, then who else do you think could take the title from Athena? You'd like to see Kevin Knight versus Brody King, Cole, O'Reilly, and Strong look to be inevitable eventually to face the Hurt Syndicate. Ooh, Undisputed Era versus Hurt Syndicate. That's fire. But those are all for the future, so thank you for the comments. Now let's head into the main event. But before we do that, guys, make sure you guys do one of the most important things in Talk for Glory, and that is to follow the socials. I know one of you guys probably memorized what I say. I'm impressed. Thank you. Can't wait for you to hear this later. Make sure you guys follow the socials. Guys, follow myself and Young Smoove on our Twitters at Enigma_before_ and Young Smoove TFG. You guys can follow me on my Instagram at Enigma_before. You guys can follow my Twitch at Enigma_before_. You You guys can follow Smoove on his Twitch, Smoove A1. And then if you guys are huge gamers, you guys can follow us on, add us on Xbox at Enigma V4, no spaces, and Smoove A1. Just space out the A1. Now for the main event, guys. It is for the AEW World Championship. Defending champion, leader of the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, versus whose house? Swerve's house. Swerve Strickland. With unfortunately the winner being Swerve. I wish. With unfortunately the winner being Jon Moxley. This match was awesome. My only gripe with it was the amount of times that they fought outside the ring and the ref wasn't counting. But other than that, this was awesome. I think that there should have been someone to handle Marina Shafir. I don't know where the hell Willow Nightingale was. I understand she took a paradigm shift, but there's got to be more women out there. Hell, I would have been fine if Athena magically started helping Swerve out. But every house call, every chokehold, every paradigm shift, every Death Rider, every Swerve stomp, I was on the edge of my seat. I thought we were seeing a new champion. I thought that we were going to usher in the era of Swerve's house. What got a pop out of me was seeing absolute cowboy shit. The greatest storyteller in AEW, Hangman Adam Page. I thought that I know when he told Swerve, you deserved it. You deserved me burning down your house. I thought, I know, and I'm sorry, we're almost the same thing, because I thought it was enough for Hangman to go, I can finally let go. I can finally let go of all the pain, the hurt, the regret. Maybe he feels regret, maybe he doesn't. That he can finally let go of everything he's lost. Now that Swerve's admitted that he deserved the wrong that Hangman did to him. Because when Hangman delivered that Deadeye, I thought I saw the future. I thought I saw it clear as day. I thought we were getting Swerve, AEW World Champion, versus Hangman Adam Page, all in. Winner of the Owen. I thought I saw the future. I thought I did. Because when Swerve delivered that stomp, and I heard whose house, and the crowd in unison going, Swerve's house, for the lights to then cut out, and only to realize the landlords came through. They said the rent was due. And who am I talking about when I speak of the landlords? I am speaking of none other than the AEW EVPs, the Tough for Glory Tag Team of the Year. I speak of Matthew and Nicholas, Max and Jeremy, Matt and Nick, the Young Bucks. They have returned the EVP's comeback. They have helped.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but can you show a little more respect next time and call us by our God-given names of Nicholas and Matthew Jackson? You see, I'm sorry to cut you off, but can you show a little more respect next time and call us by our God-given names of Nicholas and Matthew Jackson? You see,
Matthew and Nicholas Jackson are back in AEW after conquering New Japan Pro Wrestling, taking over the IWGP Tag Team Championships. They're back. They're ready to work. They've gone from working remote to being back in the office. And first order of business is making sure that Swerve didn't walk out of Philadelphia as AEW World Champion. And now the only thing we can ask is why. But we don't do predictions on Dynamites. We do predictions on pay-per-views, tournaments, things of that nature. So for now, guys, thank you everyone on listening to the AEW Dynasty review, because we walk out of this with Jon Moxley still world champion. The fans in Philadelphia just getting out as fast as they can. But that's how we close out the Dynasty review. I hope you guys enjoyed the predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed the entrances, guys. But most importantly, guys, I hope you guys do exactly what Talk for Glory always tells you guys to do. That stay safe, have a great day and or night, because, time zones are weird. And above all else, enjoy wrestling, guys.